arresting him? What are you arresting him for?
What was supposed to be a scenic ride for Roshan Soroush-Nasab turned into a nightmare. He and another man are stunned by the way they were treated by officers after a stop along Highway 1 near Vancouver on Sunday.
Two of my friends and I wanted to go for a ride. We went for a ride from Coquitlam, and we were planning to go to Whistler. We're on the nice Sea to Sky Road. So as we were riding there along the highway, a few other riders joined us.
There were a few instances where officers tried to flag at least one of the riders down, but Soroush-Nasab says the rider in question sped off. Roshan had just passed the Cassiar Tunnel when this all began to unfold. Now, he maintains he was compliant when he saw the officer try to pull him over. And he says he didn't even move once he had stopped safely along the highway. But moments later, the officer threw him to the ground.
He laid on top of me, and his forearm was kind of digging into my neck, as well as my helmet strap was digging into my neck. I asked him a few times, calmly and I guess too quietly, because all the other guys were kind of screaming at him, to release some tension. He didn't hear me. I ended up screaming at him, and he eventually released some tension. And then he moved, put his knee on my back for a bit, and he kind of grabbed my elbow and just like held it really there for like 20 minutes.
Another rider, Naveed Omi, who didn't know Soroush-Nasab, pulled out his phone and started recording.
And then I put my phone out and started recording. I gave him my keys because I'm like, why is he doing this? Why is he taking my keys? Because I gave him your keys, so he gives the keys. And at this point, the other bike that was stopped a little bit away from me, he took off too. And then the police officer ran behind him from off the motorcycle. I think he grabbed his shoulder too, I'm not sure.
Omi has some cuts and his arms are sore from being put in handcuffs. As for Soroush-Nasab,
and it's like I have some trouble moving my arm, and this is my dominant arm too. And as you can see, I'm a mechanic, so it's not really good to have an injury here.
Toward the end of the encounter, Soroush-Nasab says they were slapped with infractions.
He impounded all three of our bikes, and yeah, he said he caught one of us speeding, or I wasn't sure, something along the lines of he lasered one of us, and there was 5 bikes that he saw, and we were all traveling around the same speed.
Vancouver Police confirms to City News they were stopped after an officer saw several motorcyclists speeding excessively. They confirm the video and events are being looked at by the Professional Standards Section, and the Office of the Police Complaint Commissioner has been notified. Both Omi and Soroush-Nasab plan to take the officer involved to court.
How are you going to get so agitated that fast over a speeding ticket? Like, are you serious? I mean, I'm assuming he got upset because those guys fled from him, but I have nothing to do with them.
In Vancouver, Ria Renouf, City News.